everybody. This is Dr. Zeb, your practical life coach for everyday living. And my job and purpose and passion is simple. It is to help you transform tomorrow today by making life make sense. I'm so glad you tuned in. This is the very first video on my channel. And so before we get into the content, which is really important, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to subscribe to my channel right now. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel so that you can receive alerts of every time that we have new information and new videos posted. And certainly as we go live into the future, you'll get those notifications and you can jump right on. All right, so hit that subscribe button right now. Make sure you hit that like button so that you can share this video and let all of your friends know about this powerful content. Now, very first video, and this is what we want to talk about. I've discovered something, that things in your life really don't work out unless you do one thing. And this is not deep, it's not magical, it's actually really simple, and most people gloss over this. Things in your life will not work the way you plan them until you first learn how to believe in yourself. It's that simple. Doesn't matter who believes in you, doesn't matter who thinks what of you. At the end of the day, things in your life do not transform until you first learn how to believe in yourself. I'm here to tell you from a personal perspective that things in my life really did not begin to take off in advance. In the many years that I've been doing coaching and developing other people, I've had the privilege of coaching literally tens of thousands of people over my very, very brief career. Let me tell you something. Things in my life really did not take off for me until I first learned how to believe in myself. And so today, I want to provide you through this video 3 very practical ways that you can begin to believe in yourself. It's real easy, but I'm telling you, take my word on this. Once you start believing in yourself, everything concerning your life begins to fall in line with you. Everything in your life begins to fall in line for you. And so I want to give you 3 practical ways you can begin to believe in yourself. And this is going to be life transformational. So again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now, like this video. Let's get right into it. Way number 1. The first way you can begin to believe in yourself again is this: determine your worthiness and settle for nothing less. Determine your worthiness and settle for nothing less. Here's the reality. In life, we get what we allow ourselves to receive. We get in our lives what we allow ourselves to receive. And unfortunately, many people, they're living their lives not according to what they deserve, but they're living their lives and allowing the highest bidder to actually have access and control over their lives. Let me explain what I mean. Ever been to an auction before? If you've ever been to an auction, you understand that at an auction, there is merchandise that's rolled out, cars, furniture, depending on what kind of auction you've been to. And these things are rolled out, and you've got people in the crowd. People there that have, hopefully, some money or some resources to be able to bid on what is available. Now, that merchandise goes to the highest bidder. It does not go to the most worthy bidder. That merchandise goes to the highest bidder. It does not go to the most worthy bidder. This is very important because I've discovered even in life, many people allow their lives to be auctioned off to the highest bidder and not necessarily the most worthy bidder. Hear me, your life should not function like an auction. It should function like an art gallery. Here's the difference. If you've ever gone to a really good, nice art gallery, you would recognize that who sets the price for the paintings that you see? It's not the crowd. It's not visitors. It's not people that show up there with an intent to buy anything. The person who sets the price for an art piece is the artist who created the art piece. And your life should function the same way. See, when our lives function like an auction, we turn over control to other people to set our value. We turn over control to other people to set our worth. We set over control or give over control to other people to determine what our value is. Your life ain't an auction. Your life should be an art gallery. You're in control. You know your worth. And if you want to start believing in yourself again, you have to set your worthiness by setting your price. I'm here to tell you, most people that are bidding on your life really can't even afford who you are. Most people bidding on your life really can't afford your value. And so you cannot allow yourself to function in a way where you present yourself to others and give over the control of the value of your life. No, your life ain't an auction. Your life is an art gallery. You're the owner. You know your value. You know your worth. Set your price. Set your value so that you can then set your worthiness. And in turn, you refuse to settle for a price from anybody, from any situation that is lower than what you are valued. And again, we're talking about learning how to believe in ourselves again. And part of that is really helping to set our value and understanding that worthiness does not come from other people. Worthiness starts with us. Value does not come from other people. Our value really starts with us. Here's what I want you to say every day, every single day. I believe in the power of affirmations. And I want to challenge you to say this every single day. All right. Are you ready? Every single day, I want you to get up in the morning. And the first thing I want you to say is, I am worthy and my value belongs to me. All right. Repeat that. I am worthy and my value belongs to me. Again, I am worthy and my value belongs to me. When you take that perspective, you understand that worthiness does not start as an auction. Worthiness starts as an art gallery that you're in control of, and you have all the ability and potential to set your own value. Let's talk way number 2. Right. So the second way you can start building your value right now, start reconnecting and rebuilding your ability to believe in yourself, is this. You have to fire your inner voice. You need to fire your inner voice. Michael Singer wrote a very powerful book called The Untethered Soul. I would encourage all of you to get the book. It's a great book, one of the best reads that I've ever really experienced. And he talks about the inner voice and how we put so much credit on our inner voice. We really, think about it. Many decisions that many of us have made, we said things like, well, something told me to do this, or, the voice inside of me said to go this direction. But he raises a very interesting point, and that is, how many times has your inner voice been wrong? Think about it. How many times has that inner voice that you relied on, that has no real credibility, you don't know where the voice came from, the voice don't have a degree, nothing. But we have relied on this inner voice to make major moves in our lives, to make major decisions in our lives. But more than that, we've relied on this inner voice as a source of believing in ourselves. How many times has that voice been wrong? It's been wrong a lot. So I want to challenge you to fire your inner voice. It's nothing wrong with a voice, of some voice of consciousness that every now and then speaks to you concerning your life. But here's the problem. Most people that rely on a voice are relying on a voice because they need the approval that comes with the voice. And here's the ultimate stance of self-confidence and believing in yourself. When you need no validation, when you need no approval, when you need nothing or no one to validate what it is that you're trying to do, or validate what it is that you're trying to believe, or validate the direction you're going, then you know you are in a place where you have the ultimate belief in yourself, your abilities, and your direction. I'm here to tell you, whether it's an inner voice or an outer voice from somewhere else, you need to fire the voice and get so confident in your abilities that you need no external approval in order to go in the direction that you're heading into. I'm not saying that the voice is always wrong, but hear what I'm saying from personal experience. That voice that's talking inside of you, let's be honest, it ain't always right either, right? You got to fire that voice, and you got to be so confident in your abilities and so confident in the plans that you set for your life and so confident in the direction that you're going that you don't need a voice, whether it's inner, again, or outer, to validate what's happening in your life, to validate the next steps of your life. Listen, the thing that's standing between you and true happiness is your ability to believe in your own voice. Again, the thing that's standing between you and true happiness is your ability to believe in your own voice. You have to believe in your own voice. You have to believe in your own abilities. You have to believe in what you're bringing to the table and understand that any other voice, whether it's internal or external, that speaks to you in any kind of way is a bonus and it's not necessary. You don't need validation in an external way. You need validation in an internal way. And so fire the voices that are talking to you. Fire that internal voice that's talking to you and let your self-confidence and self-worth be so strong that you are so sure in the directions that you're going, so sure in the decisions that you're making, that you need no validation or approval because you really believe in who you are. All right? That's number 2. Now, if you haven't done it already, I need you to subscribe to this video. Come on, subscribe to this video right now. Smash that like button. And let's get into number 3. So the third way you can improve your ability to believe in yourself is simple. When you don't like the station, change it. I'm going to explain. If you don't like the station of your life, change it. Now, what are you talking about? You'll hear me talk in many of my videos about my children, Giselle and Four, because they give just great material. And recently we were in the car and my daughter Giselle, sometimes doesn't like my radio choices. I, listen to everything from music to talk radio, which is what I really enjoy. And, they'll sit in the back seat and they'll put on the headphones and try to zone out. And Giselle really gets frustrated with my radio choices sometimes to the point where she's like, Daddy, can you just turn the radio or do something else? But I came from a school of thought where the only person that controlled the radio station was the person that's driving. Now, the person who's driving was the one that not only was responsible for the direction of the car, and let's make this clear. Not only is the person who's driving responsible for the direction of the car, the person who's driving has ultimate responsibility for the radio station, because normally 9 times out of 10, unless it's a rental car, it's the vehicle of the person who's driving. So they own the vehicle, they're driving, they're in the driver's seat. Obviously, they're taking the car in a certain direction. And so they're the ones who have the final say when it comes to the radio. And so I've had to share this to Giselle and my son who's sitting in the back. Listen, this is my car. I'm going to determine what's on the station. And if you don't like it, just put your headphones in. Now, there are a lot of lessons I want to share here. This is important. Number 1, your life, much like a vehicle, only goes as far as you allow it. You're in the driver's seat. It's not controlled by anybody else. It's not controlled by other opinions. It's not controlled by the people who are sitting in the back seat. It's not controlled by the people who aren't even in your vehicle in the first place. There are a lot of people who allow people who aren't even in your life to have control over what you do in your life. And people who are not in your vehicle have no business commenting on the things concerning your vehicle. If your life is like a vehicle and you're in charge, then why do we give voices to people who are not sitting in the car? It's so important. Again, your life, like a vehicle, only goes as far as you allow it. That's number 1. Number 2, you're in control of the radio station, which means if the station is on a channel you don't like, guess what? You can change it, which means if your life is tuned to a frequency right now that you don't like, you have the ability to change the station. Don't miss this. If you don't like your career, change the station. If you don't like your relationships, change the station. If you're not satisfied with how much money you make, change the station. If you don't feel internal peace and joy and happiness about everything that you do on a daily basis, change the station. Because the reality is you should not expect people who have no ownership over your vehicle to control the station or the frequency of your life. And so I made that really clear to Giselle, and I want to share this with you because many of you are in a position right now where you are allowing passengers in your life, people in the back seat, people who don't own your life, people who aren't driving your life. You're allowing these individuals to control the frequency of your life. And I'm here to tell you, they have no control. You're in control of your life. And if you don't like the station that your life is tuned to, you have the power to change the station. When you change the station, when you control the station that is your life and you control the frequency of the station that is your life, then you understand that you are ultimately the one that's in charge of your own happiness. You're ultimately the one that's in charge of your own peace and your joy. So I want to challenge you. This third way is really powerful. Never let passengers in the back seat or outside of your vehicle control the station or the frequency of your life. Don't like your life? Change the station. Any area of your life that you're not comfortable with, I want you to change the station and understand that you have the ability to control the frequency that is your life. I hope this helped you. Again, do me a favor. If you have not already, I want you to subscribe to this video right now. I want you to like this video. Make sure you share it so that somebody checks it out. And then just remember this thing. This is important. My job is simple. One, I want you to be better today than what you were yesterday. And two, don't forget what I told you. I'll see you next time. Why can't love always be this?